Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV on a Monday morning after just a terrible weekend of football. And things don't get much better in terms of Liverpool transfer news at the moment. We went into the weekend hearing rumours about Virgil van Dijk again and little inklings that the people felt that Liverpool was going to be his preferred destination of all the clubs that are being linked with him. I'm going, yeah, absolutely great. Liverpool stolen a march on everyone. Virgil van Dijk, you know, we can start to think, yeah, great, that's the kind of sign. Not only are we after, but it looks like he prefers to join Liverpool. Liverpool get beat. And now, coming out of the weekend, Antonio Conte has come out and said Virgil van Dijk and Romelu Lukaku are my top targets, got and buy them, somewhat spend £120 million on the pair of them. And all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, no. But that's unfortunately what the mindset that we're in at the moment off the back of the weekend results is that your mind immediately starts turning to who are the second and third tier targets that Liverpool are going to end up having to go for instead because of no Champions League football, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there, but that is really annoying, massively annoying. But here's the thing on the Van Dijk stuff, before I move on. Chelsea were always going to be in for him. Man City always going to be in for him. Potential for Man United to be in for him. And Christ, Everton are going to have money. They'll probably even throw a few million in a bid towards him as well. So, yeah, you know, it was never going to be cut and dry. It was never going to be straightforward for Liverpool to go out and buy a player like that. He's going to have a number of suitors. That would be made more difficult by a lack of Champions League football. But at the moment, Liverpool don't not have that to offer because the season's not over. Although it certainly felt like it yesterday at about 6:30. Okay. One to talk about, in fact, there's two players to talk about now. Left backs being linked. One of them from the back end of last week was Andrew Robertson from Hull being linked with an £8 million move, and also fulfills the criteria of exactly what I was talking about there. Of you can be linked with players from around the world, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, oh my God, it's Europa League football, and we're going to have to start shopping back at the bottom end of the Premier League again. Which, to be fair, let's put this into context. You know, you buy players off clubs that normally beat you and use them to your advantage. And I'm not saying Hull do periodically give us problems. It's Crystal Palace we're only buying from, really. This really barely target man they've got up front. Great goal scoring record against Liverpool. Maybe worth a punt, I don't know. Andrew Robertson, 23 years old. He scored that goal the other week and obviously got chins wagging. You know, one of those things. I think he would be very much a signing of, if you go and identify all the other members of your squad that you want, and then you've got 10 million quid left over, and you think, you know what, let's buy another left back to challenge with James Milner, and you go out and get him, and you'd be like, yeah, sound. If he was like our 7th signing of the summer, I wouldn't be happy. It wouldn't be like, way, woo! But I'd be like, okay, yeah, fine, whatever. A lot of it would depend on the success rate in the transfer market in other positions. But we're also being linked with, and take what you will from this, but Riza Durmisi, who I thought it was just a mistranslation at the start of an article. It looks like one of those names that's made up. I did have to go on Transfer Market just to check that he was real. But yeah, left back for Real Betis, formerly of Bromby. So the Daniel Agger connections there, if we want to try and use that. He only moved in, I think he moved in August 2016 for like £1 million and a bit, and now there's talk of him having a £20 million release clause. Now, of course, there's the thing with Spain, release clauses don't mean shit. I'm pretty sure this was always the case in the late 90s and early noughties. Everyone in Spain's got a release clause. It's part of the way the contracts are set up, which is why really, really good players have like hundreds and hundreds of millions pounds just to make sure that it's not a real issue. So everyone's got one. Is he worth 20 million? I can't see that after a season playing for the club that's currently 14th in the Liga makes you jump from £1 million signing to a £15 million or £20 million signing. But then that's kind of how we roll, isn't it, in the transfer market sometimes? But no, if you know anything about this guy, please do let me know in the comments below. I have genuine no clue. All I know is he's a full Danish international, and his name's Riza Durmisi. It sounds like roller. Anyone ever seen LA Confidential? It sounds like the made-up character in that. If you watch LA Confidential, you get me. If you've not, it's just a waste of 30 seconds of your life. Now, I'm going to throw one more out there. Not a link per se. This is not one that's doing the rounds, but it's one that should be doing the rounds, in my opinion. Apparently, Barcelona are going to look to restructure massively in the summer, which means, no, not Messi, who's good. No, it looks like there's a number of players that they're going to be moving out. And one of those names that was mentioned in Don Ballon was Javier Mascherano, 32 years old now. I'm going to throw this out there. If Javier Mascherano is available, and he'll be available, therefore, at less than £10 million, Liverpool should move heaven and earth to bring him back to the football club, because now I did a video over on my channel of what my summer transfer wish list, which I'll link to at the end, and I talked about the potential for bringing Fernando Torres back. Not necessarily as a guy who's going to play every single game, but as a guy who could add masses to your squad. And Mascherano fits right in there for me as well. Whether he wants to come back to England, I don't know. You know, Argentines tend to like to go home toward the end, don't they? They're like, is it dogs that come home to die, or cats? I forget which one. But it's like maybe it's like that. But if we can convince him to come back for another couple of seasons, I think he'd have. You know, he would be it could be a pivotal member of the Liverpool squad. He's got the right attitude, like Luis Suarez. He's got that attitude of a guy. If you knocked on his door at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning, said you fancy a kickabout, he would beat you to the gate. To get out, and he probably still slept in his footy boots. I'd be all over having Mascherano back to Liverpool. If you want to see the monster back at Anfield, give this video a thumbs up. Otherwise, if you want to watch my video where I talk about the Liverpool transfer wish list, in my opinion, you can click here. You want to subscribe to my channel, Mates TV, you can. Also, make sure, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Redmen TV YouTube channel. Get all of this free content absolutely first. And try your best to have a good day. We'll be back later on with the final word on the redmentv.com. Go and check that out.